It's time for Power Hour.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Hey traders, welcome to the Sunday evening stream. We got the weekly candle close in less than an hour. Binance coin all-time highs, smashing through it today. It's kind of why the chart's up right now. And from your major high in 2021 to the low point, for the first time in history, hit the 1272 fib extension. You're currently trading above it. And we know, just looking at this channel, the upside potential, I mean, in the 900s, 950, targeting for 1,000 eventually. I don't think it'd be difficult to get there. I mean, that is a long amount of time consolidating, reaccumulating a whole year, and now it's resolving with the supply being absorbed at a sell wall, which was 691.80, right? Going back to 2021. That's it. The weekly is incredible. You've been warned. I mean, every stream I tried to be very clear about what was happening up against this level. And look at that. In 2 weeks, we're talking up 20% since the breakout. Phenomenal. So, much obliged. Jesus chimes and some for one of your largest cryptos in the entire freaking world. Let's go. We did it. You can see clearly, more clearly, a lot less on the weekly. You know, that channel's not there. The Fibonacci, the major Fibonacci. Remember, Bitcoin, from its own respective highs to lows, is well above the 1618. So BNB is just playing catch up, I guess. 905 and then 1000 is after that. That's the 1618. I'm pretty confident after this breakout. Okay, just a long amount of consolidation, up over 6% today, outperforming all the other majors. And that's all we have. Fantastic. You want to look at the monthly? We can. God candle. It's the monthly chat. Up 28+%. This is what happens when supply is completely absorbed at a sell wall. No more supply. Price discovery. There you have it. XRP has never truly been able to go into price discovery since making an all-time high. Just what, like, week and a half ago. Ethereum certainly not even close to all-time highs, but doing some good stuff, right? Ethereum hit its highest level of the year. Let's go to Bitcoin real quick so you can just see here. I mean, it's just starting to look more and more like some sort of bull flag, despite the wicks. And how would you anchor? Yeah, it looks like some tight consolidation. That was a false bearish breakdown. You can see above my head, like that 116.8 level was breached, but then they recaptured it immediately. So, you know, false bearish breakdown can have consequences, but at the same time, if you look at the 4 hour above my head, you're still not making higher highs than you did July 22nd or on the 17th. So it would be nice to break those levels so we could say, all right, what happens? You make a lower low, then you make a lower high, then you roll over again and hope to God you don't make another lower low, because then the trend reversal stuff could be said, at least on the short term. So we were really close to 120,000. I have an alert set up, but we got as high as 119.8. We were $200 removed from that big psychological 120. So there you have it. Bitcoin, though, you know, we were talking about the old 2021 1618, right? The way we had it anchored on BNB. Well, things have gotten so crazy, you've gone so far that we're just anchoring Fibonacci now from the highest point we saw in January to the low point, and we're just skating along that 1272. We've been consolidating at the 1272 since July 13th. So 2 weeks, just waiting for resolution, whether it's a back test to 112 or we continue higher to 123.867, and then 131,000 would be your golden mean ratio up here. Hoping for that for the sake of the crypto space. So pretty cool to see Ethereum make its highest price, literally, of the year 2025, but it's pulled back off those highs. It's up over 3% earlier. We had a high point of $3,880, 23 cents. And again, looking back, highest price since December 18th. High of year. Still waiting on like the next resistance to be tested, which is like 3,900 plus candle close from September 2021 and a reversal area in 2024. So I've just figured we would go a little higher, and then you got a thesis on wave structures on the 4-hour where we would look at it where it's like, oh, it makes sense, like a 786 on the B point, the high low on C, really nice price action correlation to key level from history, support, and you've rallied. But it's like, okay, well, wouldn't this make sense? Because like you would hit the resistance from history, and then you would hit a 1272, which would complete the butterfly, that minimum threshold, 3960. So I think that's kind of like X marks the spot, but clearly off the highs, right? You've been making, we'll see, you technically the last 3 4-hour candles were the highest 4-hour candle closes of the year, and if all stays the same or higher, it'd be the 4th in a row of your 4-hour candles making highs of year. So just an idea. I mean, even if it pulled back, right, as long as it makes a higher low than 3580, this would still be like a valid wave structure with a target. So we'll see if it gets there. Bitcoin really needs to break 120. Need to make a higher high than that July 22nd high. Need to do that. Okay. Hope you had a good weekend. Ethereum weekly. Look at it. Yeah, thanks for being here, everyone. You know what I'm calling it now? It is spring back test season. Spring back test season. All right, where we've got some altcoins, a decent amount of altcoins. Buyers are recapturing some very historical inflection points. And as of like, the pullback on Bitcoin, we got that has helped these altcoins sell off to retest the levels that were violated and then recaptured. And now some bids are coming in at those levels, which is a really strong technical indicator. The spring back test, one of your most reliable ones. So I guess we'll look at a few of those. It's really good. It's like that puts you in like the most optimum risk to reward entry area. Like it's optimum. Like where you can strategize the best entry, the most tactical stop loss, with the most upside potential if what you are witnessing and what we have identified is actually real and catches follow through price action off the technical event of the spring back test, right? So it's really good. Here's Ethereum on the weekly, which is going to be a big driver of these altcoins that are maybe spring back testing. If you look left, you understand 3930, and there's no question or controversy about it. That is the beginning of the inflection zone on the weekly, that old all-time high from May 3rd, 2021, that week. Tested. You've been testing it since March last year, over a year. 3 different tests. You're going for a 4th. I don't know why we wouldn't test it for a 4th time now. Seems very, very real. What's crazy is I'm looking at this and I'm saying, oh my God, you know what this really is? It's like some massive right-angled and descending broadening formation the size of a planet. 500-day large right-angled descending broadening formation. That's crazy. I mean, anyone looking at it like that? I don't think so. That's 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, about to be a 4th. Okay, I mean those are inherently more on the bullish side. They're, right-angled descending broadening formations are more like ascending triangles. So it's really good. If we can, you can clearly see the structure's top is, if we're going to be really technical, probably like 4K. It's going to be psychological. It's just going to be everything. So to break that could be insane. I think if it was going to break out on Ethereum, we would Fibonacci the same way. We got a long way to go, man. Like we're not even, we can't even talk about price discovery or even hitting, the all-time high until this zone of godlike proportions is breached. And I'm not talking about breached for intra-week, and then reversing. I'm talking about breaking, holding, staying, and then follow through, like violent candles, violent bidding, where there is no doubt. We're just still, from the highest point to lowest point, 78% retrace, about to do it again. That's the Fibonacci node confluent with the overhead resistance. So let's just say Ethereum ever did go into price discovery all-time highs, do it again. You were up against it. You've got to break this level. And then the 886 is a real level too, because it's like the wick high, intra-week all-time high from May of 2021, and 886 44.16. That's another big deal. They haven't even tested that yet in years. So you got to break that too. So to break that, then you got to test the all-time high at 48.71. If they ever broke that, then it's easy targets around $6,000 as your 1272. Your 1414 is 6,500, and then your golden mean ratio, your 1618, 7,337. So that structure though, man, good God, it's just like massive. And it's it's perfect, dude. It's beautiful. I hope it resolves the bullish way. Yes, that's right. A lot of adversity, but we can overcome it. We always have. Coming from the 3,000s, right? You know, on Bitcoin. Coming from the, what was it, the 60s and 70s and hundreds down here. The monthly double bottom. Remember that? Oh, yeah. Similar-ish to what Bitcoin Cash was doing. And y'all don't know, Bitcoin Cash is outperforming everything lately. It's kind of crazy. Maker 2, they're amazing. So, okay, that's your Ethereum powwow. Ethereum paired against Bitcoin is like, I think they're trying to break a channel. Yeah, so the trend reversed, arguably, allegedly, right? You probably want a couple more higher highs, higher lows, but you put in a low, you put in a high, you put in a higher low, then you put in a higher high, and so you have a consecutive higher highs, higher lows now for the first time in years. And now you're up against maybe a supply line that overbought threshold of the maybe trend that's developed. So pullback could be cool while Bitcoin outperforms, but I mean, maybe not, you know. I'm just trying to make sense of what's developed here on Ethereum paired against Bitcoin. It's a good thing though, a very good thing. Look at that. You want to see this? Ethereum paired against Bitcoin had a daily golden cross just a few days ago. So when is the last time we got, man, see, you had a golden cross in July and the well-established downtrend, bear trend, no higher, all lower highs, lower lows. So that was a fake golden cross that immediately, I mean, within, you know, a month or 3 weeks, it went right back into a death cross. So does that count? I don't think so. Death cross, golden cross, yeah. Oh, basic attention alert just went off. That is I had a pretty in-depth analysis of that yesterday in the Patreon/Citadel. I even posted about it in the general chat. Pinged people on it. I don't know if you're not in the Discord. I posted the Discord link and it's pinned above in the chat. So I mean, like, you just want to be in there for just free alpha, like it happens occasionally. So just check it out. But let's go to basic attention token real quick, dude. So this is what I'm talking about. All right, spring back test season live stream. That's what we got going on. We have a season, and it is this insane thing where you've got these ancient levels that have just undeniable validity due to the price action we've seen there over many years. I mean, this goes back to 2017, man. Support. Support, positive price action rally. Look, tested as support, spring back test ran to the top of the range, right? Recaptured, reconfirmed. The spring back test ran to resistance, higher prices. Same thing, tested, ran to the top. You see how undeniable it is, okay? Over and over and over again. There was a trade setup back there over 5 years ago. And then you had the M-shape, type 2 return, type 1 reaction right here. I mean, there's just no way to argue with it, okay? Like, no one would argue. So what's happening? The buyers, recaptured that level over the past 2 weeks. And now on that pullback Bitcoin, it was kind of mandatory. You needed a pullback. They are confirming what was once a major support as support again. They're doing it, like, in the past 4 days. And now you're trading above them, and you're trading above the 200 symbol moving average, which is something that hasn't happened since the beginning of the year. So basic attention token is an extremely good example of spring back test season on my altcoins, my ERC20s or whatever. Does that make sense? You see what I'm talking about now when I say that, chat? Yeah, I mean, crossovers on moving averages are lagging indicators, of course. Absolutely. Okay, well, if you say that, then let's look at a golden cross on Tesla on the weekly that already happened, sir. The weekly golden cross, January of this year. So, lagging indicator, by the way. Well, guess what? You've corrected. Buyers recaptured $294, $300. And they're defending it successfully, just like, again, this week. I mean, trading above the 200-week simple moving average, right? So if you're talking about a lagging indicator, boom. What's more lagged than January? Guess what? It's about to be August. And you're trading above your 50 simple moving average and your 200 and your 20. So it's like talking about reward to risk on Tesla is pretty pristine above 300 given enough time. Yeah, if you lose the level, fine. Cut your losses fast because it's probably going to 250, 255. But if we don't ever get stopped out, I think above this level is tremendous. Like reversal on the weekly, January 2021. It's been a support in December 2021. It's been resistance reversal in 2022. Reversal in 2023. Oh, okay. So all of a sudden now you've got political chop. And still a valid piercing line if you can even believe it. And now positive price action above this level. So it's like the target's still $400 despite all that scariness that happened. Then I'm just wondering like, oh, really? Trades that I posted on Friday, and we got an EU trade deal and like car manufacturing and stuff like that. I mean, I don't feel like one of the only companies that might benefit the most would maybe Tesla because of electric vehicles, but you know, maybe the propaganda machines have politicized Elon as a Hitler or something, but I don't know. Like, it could very well be a good thing tomorrow for Tesla. You might get a good pop. Everyone wrote it off when it was down 8% on earnings, and now look at it, it's fine. Anyway, so talking about golden crosses and lagging indicators, well, you got nothing to say now because that's a lagging indicator that has lagged, and look where we are now. Yeah. Anyway, that was kind of random, but it was just making me think about lagging indicators. I mean, Google had a daily golden cross just 2-3 days ago. So lagging indicator probably. So anyway, let's go back to let's look at the weekly on Bitcoin real quick. We got 36 minutes till the close. We are possibly chat. Here we are, congregated once again on one of the most important days of the week for crypto because of the close on the weekly. We could be, if all stays the same or higher in 36 minutes, we would have the highest weekly candle close in the history of Bitcoin. So we might have some really nice Jesus chimes in less than an hour. So you want to stick around for that. What do we have to close above? We would have to close above 119,005. What? Hold on a sec, huh? The high? Oh, sorry. We would have to get a close $119,131 virtually. That's what we need to close above. So keep that in mind. 119,131. Above that, history. Below that, what a joke. And guess what that would also be? If we get a candle close here or higher, it would be a confirmed 3-bar play on the weekly. It's like a bullish continuation pattern. I can try to pull it up. And they're not like perfect or anything. I mean, they're just like structures and patterns, and there are different types of 3-bar plays. So let me try to find a visual of the 3-bar play. Let's see. A 3-bar play. There it is. All right. Bullish 3-bar play. You have one green candle, then you have one candle of indecision. This is where you would try to manage your risk of the Japanese candlestick pattern. And then this is your third candle and your entry, I guess, the breakout. But Bitcoin is not. Yeah, it's technically already broke the wicks. I mean, you know, these wicks, I'm not really sure because I'm not really trading 3-bar plays all the time. But you know, last week had a pretty insane wick. I mean, I'm going with like maybe that first wick we had, which was right here. So that would be almost like the entry of the breakout. We need a confirmation. We got to close in 34 minutes above this, but you're right there at that potential entry. of this 3-bar play on the weekly. So make of that what you will. A pretty significant time scale, 3 weeks of development. Wouldn't be too surprised at this point. Money printer go burr. It's never going to stop. Purchasing power's collapsing. Risk on is mooning. Oh, something else happened. If you don't know, I mean, I pinged y'all. You were all pinged in the Discord. So if you're in it, you know. Let us look at my futures. The U.S. futures. Wow. So strong, too. Like, you figured, oh, we're going to immediately go for the gap fill. No, not so fast, my friend. Jesus chimes for the S&P 500 futures. Made all-time highs. The NASDAQ 100, another fresh all-time high on the gap up. But something that hasn't happened, okay? Those two have been doing that, man. It's like every day, all-time highs. Boom, boom. Guess what? Dow Jones Industrial Average, look left. Oh, the old all-time high from November, December of 2024. We've done it, man. So it was the highest price on the Dow Jones futures, not just since November, December, but literally of all time. So that is way more notable than just the status quo. My NASDAQ, my S&P futures all-time highs. We know, dude. Big tech, my AI. Yeah, but now we have maybe a more broader thing going on. Russell 2000 futures, the small caps also doing well, up 0.74%, up actually more than all of the other index fund futures. So, hype in the chat, America, #1, baby. That's right. You cannot defeat America. Sorry. We win, dude. Thanks for the 800 plus people tuned in. If you're enjoying this potential historic stream, hit that like button, that bell us up. It certainly is history for CZ. You can see he had his grill in. He had his Rolex GMT Master 2 yellow gold watch on. And his chains. They did it, man. All right, so I think it's a pretty big deal on Bitcoin. Maybe working on a 3-bar play. We'll see. We got, don't get cocky, still 31 minutes left. Okay, so BNB and Bitcoin, and let's look at Solana now. We didn't look at that one. So Solana already had its crescendo of the week. It went up to test profit-taking levels for just a mere swing trades. People took profit. Bitcoin pulled back. It pulled back, and it's at 188 right now, up 1.7%. Not a big deal. So we'll need to go test that again before we're going to break it, obviously, right?
Been riding a VAX since $18. Thoughts on price targets to $36 short term?
Oh, what's up, Bryce Jones? Oh, thanks for the 10, dude. Oh, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the chart and all that. So thank you, dude, for the contribution. So yeah, that's, I mean, the weekly, it's going to be the highest weekly candle close on Solana either since February 3rd or February 10th. Not that big of a deal. Still got a lot of ground to cover again until we're going to break out. All right. So that's just, remember where we are. It was a nice inverse head and shoulders breakout. Back test rejection of key levels. Sellers failed. Then you ran to the next resistance. You up thrusted through it a little bit. Bearish engulfing. And now we've got like this new trend. Okay. We've got a nice respected 1 and 2 on the bottom, 1 and 2 on the top. You're testing the heart line of the channel now. So I guess this is kind of the way it is. I mean, this thing could go all the way down to 150 and still be in this nice trend now. So things have turned around, but yeah, it's definitely been pretty mediocre in performance compared to others. Yeah, very much so. But you would think the bottom's in on the weekly. Like, dude, a weekly spring back test. Right there, that arrow pointing, that's it. It's done. They violated the level. Oh no, it's over for Solana. Yeah, it really is, dude. Oh my God, in March. And then a bullish engulfing candle to recapture the key level. It's so real. And then they ran it, and then they back tested, and reconfirmed the validity of the area that was once always support or resistance. It's now support again, and now you're running. That's like the bottom. Bullish drag and breakout. Your target's like 250 plus. To complete maybe what will be a bearish bat pattern. And things got nuts, you got crab patterns that take you to price discovery. So a lot of optimism on this chart. no matter what happens next. As long as you're standing above 150 and then 135, you're good, man. Just might not perform as well as some other ones, but it's okay. All right, so we've looked at the big cryptos. And we have, and then we can look at, here's just your 4 hour of the bigger cryptos.
Can you look at $CLSK and $MARA daily and weekly, please?
What's up, Gills LLC? Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at the Bitcoin miners, Clean Spark and Marathon for sure, dude. Yeah, you can clearly see not all created equal. Bottom right, Binance coin blowing them out of the water, and then second place silver medal is going to be Ethereum, and then I guess it's going to be Solana because XRP's drawdown was so much more pronounced. Neither have really recovered that much off their lows. So finite amount of capital out there. It's just today is the day of the BNB. Sorry, my set stopped. Okay, so now it's time to maybe talk about a couple of outperformers. Okay, beauty. Bitcoin Cash. In the end, it was like a through rising valleys continuation pattern that didn't just develop but concluded its development above a key inflection point from history. It's a no-brainer. There's no controversy. Resistance, reversal, support, resistance, reversal, support, resistance, reversal, resistance. I mean, it's just so real. It's so undeniable level. So 1, 2, 3. 3 valleys, 2 peaks. The second peak's higher than the first peak. You broke it, you confirmed it, and so you're just thinking, okay, there's literally straight up and down. So I would think maybe you're just targeting for 637, 648 now. That's it. So Bitcoin Cash, unfazed by any sort of pullback on Bitcoin or altcoins. It's an incredible asset. The monthly told the story. It was amazing.
Stash super chatted $50. Sui is the new Solana. It's like Jason Voorhees. It just can't die.
Guinness Stash, thanks so much for the $50 super chat, large super chat or contribution of the stream. Thank you, dude. We can look at SUI. Yeah. It was so strong. It was very difficult because it was like wanting to complete an M shape, but there was too much demand, so it couldn't. So then it rallied without any form of confirmation or anything. Those are tougher. Sometimes they're tougher. And yeah, I know a lot of people like SUI. I think it's like AI related and stuff. So we'll look.
My bad, I didn't know min was $25. AVAX, haha, I've been watching since 2018. Combine this with the other chat.
Oh, Bryce Jan, that's all good, dude. Thank you so much, man. We will certainly look at Avalanche. Yeah, you've been here, dude. Okay, thank you. We will look at some of these. I wonder if it's gonna. I can't remember if Avalanche. Typically, when I'm scanning through these coins on the watch list, it's like some just stick out, like, oh my god, and you just don't forget it. And then some are like, okay. If it's not like something I'm really thinking about or caring about, it probably isn't, but I'll still look. So, all right, remember Bitcoin Cash, the weekly, it's about to have its highest weekly candle close since December 2nd. So you're going for the highest weekly close of the year 2025. Oh yeah, the weekly, I can kind of see slightly low double bottom. Nah, dude, it's been here. We've been talking about it. I tweeted about it when it was at like $400. The confirmation low. Look, the 2017 swing low inflection point, right? They tested it once and then they did it twice. It being this visible, it's just something you don't ignore. And so now we're closing in on the highest monthly candle close in over a year since March 2024. So I'm thinking you're going to test 642, 687. If you ever break that, we might be in the crypto altcoin new paradigm, at least for this one. There's something about it. I don't know. It's just like Maker. Like, you can't explain why some of these just look anomalous. Crypto is collectively pretty homogenous. Like, I would say 90+% of all the altcoins look very similar to the same as the other ones. And then you get ones like this where it's like, this doesn't look like any of them. It hasn't and just doesn't. And that's a good thing. So there might be meaning to that. under the hood. Okay, confirmation low. All right, and then the other one is a trade setup. It's been 2 different trade setups, I think. Maker, like beautiful, like just almost no pullback on that sell-off on Bitcoin to like 115. Going for its highest daily candle close. Wow, since August 2024. Yesterday was the highest daily candle close since December 2024. So you're about to break that close. That's pretty amazing. But it was just like you had a W shape here, and they went and they tested support as support. Like, see this resistance? This resistance, you see the support? They flipped it to support with a candle close. You rallied, and all this chop here, all higher than this low. So it's just like the sellers, there were just not enough of them, and you could tell that there was like reaccumulation happening. And then they began to try to break the level again. And that was like, okay, easy to have a stop loss below all those little swing lows. That's data. So it's like, okay, that's the threshold for the argument now. And so now you're up off that. And I think there's about 35% more upside. You break 2,357. That's where it's like a straight line up to $3,000. So Maker, it is beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. Like, it's a dragon, an insanely large dragon. I think you already, whoa, you got a death cross. Oh, look at this. Look what's happening on the weekly. Like, okay, on literally when the new data, like when we get a new candle in 22 minutes, Maker will be having a death cross fake out into a golden cross. There you have it. That's pretty cool. Going for the highest weekly candle close since July of last year. So 1 year highs on Maker impending. All right, man. So that's pretty good. So there's like anomalies to most of the crypto market. Like my Maker and Bitcoin Cash have been better. But then, yeah, something like Sui. Well, hold on. I don't want to just make sure. Yeah, something like Avalanche first. Yeah, okay. Yep, this was another one. Okay, very similar to like GRT and Tezos and all. Dude, it's like the M-shape completes, not at a key support, and then the buyers recaptured the zone. Like, so anything above $20 to $22 on Avalanche is golden for $30 and then $40. Right? This is swing lows, swing highs, right? It's been major support before marking up to $40, and then it's been a major resistance before marking down to $10. Major support before marking up to $30, marking up to $40. So if they can keep the price held above $20, $22, given enough time, you're looking for 30 and then 40 after that. That's your Avalanche. This is like what most of the cryptos look like. All right, I'll scan through. Oh yeah, it's a rerun of GRT, Batcoin. They're very similar, but that's like a pretty big deal going on Avalanche. Okay, so you said something about it. Thoughts on targets to 36 short term? Well, it's 30 because look, it's not. Look, when I'm saying targets, it's like it's not my opinion. It's like historical reversal points. There was one in 2022, literally reversed at $30. It was support. Candle close $29, $30. It reversed. Support reversed. Reversed the downside. The downside. Right. So that's just like a midpoint probably. It's a softer target, $30, and then your harder target is gonna be $40. Okay. My Avalanche. Thank you, Bryce. And thanks for watching over all these years. That's right. BNB coin is the king, dude. 844. Just wait for 1,000, dude. I'm telling you. Here goes Ethereum. Is that fake news? It's kind of fake news. It's not at its highs. It hit a high point before the stream. It hit $3,880. So we're about $20 off. We got 19 minutes till the close. Ethereum's top right here. Ethereum is very close to jumping ExxonMobil, but I don't know if it's going to because, you know, part of that EU trade deal struck had $750 million commitment from the EU to buy U.S. energy. So that probably is going to be positive for, I mean, just you think, right? You would think we don't really know. I'm just gonna guess that maybe it would be good for U.S. oil stocks tomorrow. So like ExxonMobil might run, and that's gonna keep Ethereum trailing behind it. And what are you talking about? I'm just talking about right here. Hold on. What the? Right here. Where you got Bitcoin 2.375 trillion closing in on Amazon. You don't need much more. Do not need much more. I mean, if Bitcoin's going to all-time highs, it's going to eclipse Amazon, assuming Amazon doesn't go any higher. But Amazon up against that overhead resistance. Oops. Sorry. Amazon's against that overhead resistance and the 88% retrace from its all-time high to its lowest point of the correction that we saw in April. So neck and neck, Bitcoin and Amazon. That's a big battle. And then you've got Ethereum way down here, cracked into the top 25, AP top 25. I don't know why the numbers aren't here. That's weird. Maybe it's just because it's not full screen. Anyway, yeah, you were very close here, right? And then, you know, you're not too far off Netflix and MasterCard either. And then the Spider ETF, you got a ways to go for that. You'd have to be, I mean, nearing all-time highs probably for that. So the only two cryptos. Any other cryptos out there? Where's XRP? No Palladium? No. Oh, there's XRP. Whoa, dude, what is that ranked? Let me see if this works. Yeah, XRP. Where'd it go? XRP number 89. Okay, cracking the top 100. Oh, PepsiCo. XRP goes any higher, it's going to be eclipsing PepsiCo. Not too far off AT&T. ServiceNow, Caterpillar. Caterpillar just saw an all-time high last week. Insane, man. It's been just mooning. Caterpillar is really a butterfly. We'll be looking for that. So, all right. There's your top 3 cryptos out there on the list. Nothing else worth talking about. Hide in the chat. Yeah, because you think like Bitcoin's gonna rally. Well, maybe some of these stocks are gonna rally too. I'm thinking like it is gonna most likely be a pretty good day tomorrow. I mean, at least initially, they might sell into the gap up and like try to fill the gap, and it like neuters the gains. But and then we got the Fair and Open Market Committee meeting. We got Jerome Powell speaking. S&P 500 as I'm speaking to you, chat right now. Right now, Jesus chimes all-time highs. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's freaking go. I mean, how can you not be hype? Who are you? Well, I don't like own anything that exists in the S&P 500, so I don't really care. It's like, you're crazy, dude. You're freaking crazy. I mean, this gap's gonna fill, you know it, but is it gonna be tomorrow? Is it gonna be Wednesday, Thursday? Wow. We have an unfilled gap way down here from May. Never filled. Look at this gap down here from April. Sorry, Larry. Sideliners and shorts in shambles. I don't know where where is it? What the heck, man? My channel's not here. Well, it broke out. It broke out of the channel anyway. On this one, let's show you the NASDAQ 100. Because my alert didn't go off on that one yet. I don't even know if I had the alert set up on that one. I think it's fresh all-time high as well. Yeah, I think it did. I'm gonna set an alert up here on this one. On both of them. When we keep getting all-time highs, you're gonna know about it. It's like another universe. We're playing the Hey song. So here's like a way to look at it. Anchor point 1 and 2 and 3, the initial anchor points of this channel. And you had a little bit of violation, but I really love how like you can see a wick here, but then look at all the candle closes, and then the heart line respect is so nice. And then look, more respect of that channel's bottom, and now you're just testing the heart line. Now you're breaking it, right? You are breaking the heart line, so extending this channel outward. You think like the upside, if we're gonna go test overbought in the channel, since this the summertime sizzling channel we're in, okay? If you're gonna go test the top, it's like 23,500 and change. Phenomenal, right? That's a big deal. So just a way of looking at it. Maybe you care. We got less than 15 minutes till history on Bitcoin. Remember, we need a close above $119,131 if we want the highest weekly candle close ever on Bitcoin. Okay, BNB already going to make history. XRP is not. Ethereum is at least going to make the highest level since close since year to date, but that's it. XRP, nah, it already did its party. It already had its party, right? I mean, they're out of pizza, dude. You got to cool down on the pizza parties for that one. And then Solana did nowhere near where you want to be if you want pizza parties. So okay, so I came back here because of the alert. It's beautiful. Let's move on to these other requests we had. So we looked at Avalanche from Bryce. Thanks again, dude. Let us look. Gills is next. Okay, go by order of contribution. So we can look at CleanSpock. That did some pretty normal stuff. I mean, really. Yeah. If you cared, it ran up, hit 1358. It's a reversal point, right off the lows when they recaptured it at 771. Just ran straight up to the resistance, and even pulling back, you were down 4.21%. On Friday, you were down 7.51% on the week, and that is it. So it's like, I mean, that's not really an entry level. Like, what you look at it and you're like, okay, well, there's no swing trade set up at all, right, for an advantageous opportunistic long. You just tested resistance and then you reverse, but probably if Bitcoin holds up into the evening, this will just run again. I mean, assuming it's tracking Bitcoin. It's kind of like you had an M-shaped type 1, type 2. But yeah, I don't even care. I think it's just you need to pay attention to the levels, and it's either $7 or $13.58 to $15, and that's all you did. So whatever. There's probably a channel here, maybe. Something like that, yeah. Okay, we're in a channel. We fell out of the channel. Whatever. So if we don't have the ability to manage risk optimally, we can just look at the levels. That's all we can do. So you got to break $15. You break $15. That's when you got a good shot of seeing way higher, like 20 something dollars. But just break $15 and you're on to something. Marathon did the exact same thing. Goes up, hits key resistance from history. That is just so undeniable. Swing low, swing low, swing low, swing high, swing high, swing highs, and did it again. And you pulled back. So not really a big deal. Look, they defended the 200-day simple moving average. That's a nice potential reversal candle. That is a bullish hammer, almost bullish dragonfly at the 200. So we need a good candle tomorrow to confirm its validity as a Japanese candlestick reversal. All happening at the 200. It's been resistance, maybe support. Yep, that's a potential Japanese candlestick reversal. Look, you had one here too. That's a nice morning star reversal. Kind of bullish abandoned bay because there are gaps on the bottom and top side. Really cool. And it's like 1 and 2. So similar-ish.
Thanks, Mitch. Church, crypto, jambalaya today. I was gonna ask about AVAX, so here you go. Thanks again.
Hey, Don Bennett, man. Thanks so much, dude. Well, yeah, Avalanche just doing, and once I get through these requests, right? We'll look at a few more that have the same type of little spring back test behavior going on that could actually, if there's follow through, could be colossal. Like for the assets, appreciating in value rapidly. So, we looked at that. We'll look at the other ones that look similar after just these other few requests. I think we only have one more, and we got less than 10 minutes till the close. So if you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, at sub. We are just patiently awaiting history. Okay, we would be having history right now. We got 843 people here. Let's see if we can get 400 likes. I mean, I think that's very feasible, right? We got 284. We get 400 likes. 420 would be like the ultimate goal for Elon. If you want Tesla to pump tomorrow, man, 420 likes. All right. Okay, so I think it was SUI was next, and again, it's just been Been tough for the swing trader on this one due to the fact it just doesn't go deep enough. Where the heck is it? I mean, somehow not on my watch list, even though it's been on it for the heck. All right, here is SUI on the daily, hitting its highest price since January, so very strong right here. Right, we wanted an 886. If we would have gotten the 886, we would have gotten a formal bullish back test of a key level. You just didn't get it. The buyers front ran it. So you didn't get the completion zone. You didn't get the inflection point touch. That's what I'm saying. It's so slippery. It's been so tough. And then what else do you hate about this one? Technically speaking, they broke and recaptured this $3 level, like clearly some point of inflection, right, with tests. They broke it and they never reconfirmed it as support. So you just close but no cigar. Close but no cigar. We always want perfect formal tests. We always want spring back tests. They're forms of confirmation. They give us a stronger indication to believe that a more resounding rally will be coming, and it's just too strong. So it's like it had some, I guess, downsloping consolidations broken out yesterday, and now trying to breach this high point for May 11th. It looks like it's going to happen on the close, maybe not intraday, but very strong. And your target is no doubt 493. That's it. That's on deck. If this is a real breakout, you got another. Again, if it's real, right? You got another 14% upside. If they break that, then your target's 534, about 23% upside to all-time highs. And I'll tell you this, if this is real, is it a crab? It's kind of a crab. Could be a Gartley. No one wants a bearish Gartley. The trend's so good. I don't know if it's going to be a bearish Gartley. Yeah, the weekly is like nuts because you could 786 is got to be, you know, pattern completion zone, the 618 on the B point, but you could be, I mean, breaking out 635, 687. If you had a crab that hit the 1618, it'd be 761. This is stronger than the high majority of crypto. This is a far superior asset in terms of what it's doing and what it's been doing since the beginning of last year. Just remember, when you look at this and you're like, oh, it's okay. No, it is so much better because you got 95+% of crypto, if not more, probably more, that this was, let's see, the election was right here. Okay, most altcoins pumped and then they dumped and then they actually went lower than the November 5th election catalyst pump low. Like they went lower. They retraced 100+% from that November 5th day. So, and this one's now putting in that nice higher low here. So it's like a form of confirmation. Low, higher low. So much demand they couldn't even test the swing high. I guess what they ended up doing was they maybe tested this level from October 7th. But again, that wasn't even an 886 from this low to high. We were just, you know, sometimes that magic. Get the 886 and the test of the key level. That's the golden. I mean, that's golden. That's like ideal. We didn't get it. So very strong. Okay. So I would think like on the weekly, you're targeting probably for all-time highs. If you break all-time highs, we at least got some good targets. Again, 635, 687, and 761. It's Masui coin. If you even care about, all right, it broke a supply line too. Certainly. It broke it last week. And the buyers this week have formally back tested it as support at the lows. And now you're rallying with fall through. I think that's wonderful. So very strong asset, better than most. Okay, 95% plus, better performer. And will probably, and if that's the case, it will probably outperform everything too. Like if we were going into some sort of cycle for altcoins, there are always going to be a few coins that are the leaders and their gains are way crazier, and it's probably something like this. This will probably be one of them. Too much demand, man. Okay, so that's your SUI, extremely good crypto in terms of technicals. Okay, I don't really know about, oh my god, dude, the fundamentals, dude, they're so good, and their team have the best hearts. They have platinum cases around their hearts. It's a new technology, all right, makes their integrity even more powerful than before. So they can't rug. All right. Thanks again, Guinness. Let's see the next one. I mean, I think, Bryce, Avalanche, and then Don also wanted Avalanche. Okay, so now we can go to some of these spring back tests I'm talking about. It's the season. The season, man. So just off the top of my head, give me a second. Some pretty good. First up, I just want to look at this one. This is it's a joke. Someone, I found it. They tipped me to look at it, and it's on Coinbase, so it's like kind of cool. But dude, this is like ridiculous. Okay, and it's off the entry, unfortunately. That's just how it is. But you've got like an asset so you've got strong performers, and then you've got potential value, price action, incredible reward to risk assets. This is in that category. It round tripped the 2023 lows, but then violated, recaptured, and then perfectly reconfirmed, just happened to be on the third low. So I think AXL crypto, like eventually, like if the market doesn't collapse, right? Bitcoin doesn't just fake out, we're back below 100K, like this is probably going to break 48 cents, and it's probably going to have an insane run to 80 cents. This is an accumulation, a classic accumulation structure with positive price action correlation to an old swing low. That's the dream. That's dream stuff for a swing trader. So, and on the most recent pullback you had, there was so much demand that the sellers were unable to even test this 33, 31 cent level again. That's like a subtle sign of strength maybe. And you're trading above the 200 simple moving average in the 50. And the 20, the bullish crossover. And if like this pattern's real.
Just interested to know what you think weekly, monthly. It changed to Sonic, but that ticker, the full chart.
Chisman, thanks for the 22. We'll look at FTM, okay? We will look. Thank you. So eventually, I think off this pattern, you'll eventually get two bullish crossovers of the 200, and you'll get like that golden cross after the move. So just pay attention to this one. It's insane. I can't even believe it. I'm glad someone requested it. We take these scam coins at space value. If they got the structures and the good price action, the levels, I'm down. I like it. Okay, so then we can look at we looked at basic attention token that is at its highest of the day right now. Oh, it's so beautiful, dude. Look at this. I mean, it's just like nice, up 2.68%. 16.8. You understand the upside is over 100%. Like from here, basic attention tokens upside is like 100. No, there was another one that had 100% upside. Sorry, the 78% to 87% upside on basic attention token off this event that is occurring. Okay, historically it shows you, you go up to 30 cents. You double. You almost double. Then there are other ones like, see, Comp already did the thing that AXL's doing. Yeah, you see, it already had the classic accumulation structure that developed at the a very real support zone, and then it pulled back 88% of the way, M-shaped, and it looks strong. I mean, I'm thinking probably $71 on this one, given enough time. Lots of accumulation. So then you have other spring back test assets, GRT up 4.76% there. Look how beautiful this is, and how like it is just, there's no arguing with it, because on Coinbase here, 10 cents, psychological, but also a very real swing low from its listing December 2020. This is when it was like created. I mean, right around it, and got listed on Coinbase. I remember. Okay, 2020, 10 cents, the low. All right, so everything will correlate to that later. You've seen resistance there, reversal. You have spring back test there. I just think it's something to pay attention to, because the upside takes you to 16, 17 cents here if it's real. So your upside off that, 50 to 58% upside. And chat, there it is. There it freaking is. We have officially made the highest weekly candle close on Bitcoin literally ever. Can we please history. Bullish 3-bar play. Pretty much confirmed. So I think they would say to have the stop loss set up maybe below this low, 115.7. If you're wanting to play a weekly 3-bar play on Bitcoin, Stop loss below 115.7 and let it ride to 130 plus, I guess. We did it, man. That's a bullish engulfing candle as well. If you're not excited, I don't know why you're even watching, because that's phenomenal. We hit 115, and then we hit 119.8 off the 115. Pretty awesome. It's very true. It's true. It's
Can devs do something? Every day I'm checking price and it's rising. Check price, good price. I have underinvested by a lot.
Have a good time with your Bitcoin, your crypto, and everything else that you're playing with.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Roll Tide.
Gotta love it, man. All right, so let's check the weekly on the other big ones. So BNB first, because history, because never, I mean, it's not even close. Last week was a historical weekly close like XRP. XRP had a tremendous pullback. Guess what? BNB did not. Remember, this one's up 20% in 2 weeks. You were warned to ad nauseum. Ad nauseum. You were warned. So, hey, man, you could have done, oh, you 2-time lever, 40% in 2 weeks. Incredible. Broke the 1272 on the close. 1414 is 905. That's on deck. Just phenomenal. And then we can look at Ethereum's weekly close. What happened? It was the highest weekly candle close since December 9th. So the highest weekly candle close confirmed on Ethereum of the year 2025. Okay, short Jesus chimes, whatever. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's a nice close at the highs of the week, but unfortunately, right, we are below the level. We're below the breakout threshold. No denying that. So we're probably this week is going to be the week we test 39.30, which is everything. But I don't know if we're going to break it, because this will be 4th time's a charm, because they tried in February last year, they tried May last year, they tried December last year, and now we'll soon be testing this level first time in 2025. Will 2025 be the year of the Vitalik Buterin? I hope so. Right angled and descending broadening formation the size of a solar system. It's insane. Okay, and then we can look at XRP's weekly. Big nothing burger. I don't think this is a big deal at all. It sucks. It really does. Like, you really wish we could have broken above 340. But I'm down with an indecision candle after appreciating virtually 45% in 2 weeks. To cool off, down 6%. Who cares? You're sitting in your XRP and you just don't worry about it, dude. Oh no, it goes down this week too. Well, it'll most likely put in a higher low than previous lows and run again later. All right, this is phenomenal. It already had its party, and it's just a hangover. Ethereum hasn't partied yet, really. Solana hasn't really partied yet. Not really. BNB had the party. It was the party of BNB last week. The week before was XRP. Ethereum has had a nice run too, though. I mean, like, where it was like 14 out of 15 trading sessions, all closed positive. Unreal. But still, so much ground to cover respective to all-time highs. It's not that big of a deal yet. We know the big deal on Ethereum, and we're up against it. Like, you haven't even tested it yet this year. Okay, and then we'll look at Solana, which again is kind of hasn't even had a party yet. Not even close. I mean, great target 1, target 2, the trade setup hit, but target 3 and target 4 have not been seen, because that's 216 and 259, 260. But highest weekly candle close confirmed since February 3rd, which is nice. Just not amazing. Not like crazy. Bitcoin Cash, highest weekly candle close confirmed since December 2nd of last year. So the highest weekly candle close of 2025. And that was just like last week. Same thing. But another bullish back test of resistance, support as support, and follow through. It's amazing. What a run. Yeah, it'd be nice. We really would like to see locally on the 4-hour on Bitcoin. Above my head, we would like to see a higher high than this high or this high. You just still possibly putting in another lower high. Cass is another one that's doing the spring back test kind of thing, where they recapture the key level, and then all right, that's cool. They recapture. Maybe they'll check back. Maybe we'll get a back test of it, and you got it. Look at that. I mean, it's just, you can't even make this up. Like the M shape, then it ran, and it's like, okay, it's cool. They recapture low. So back test. Oh, look, 9.7 cents. It's the bottom of the inflection zone. Not one time did traders settle up below it, maybe intraday, but a nice bullish engulfing candle. It was up 7.72%, and the whole zone closed above it, which is really nice. So it's like, if that's real, right? If it's a real engulfing, a real spring back test, I mean, Cass is upside 26 to 38% upside. Easy to cut your loss. I mean, you might not want to own it below 9.4 cents because that's falling below everything. It's invalidating the identification of the spring back test, right? That's the whole reason like someone's would long it is what just happened. So if your stop loss is getting triggered, what you have identified is no longer valid. So there's a reason to maybe not own it below 9.7 cents. All right, U.S. futures kind of pulling back a little bit after making fresh all-time highs. You can see S&P and NASDAQ, and then the Dow Jones also made a fresh all-time high at open on the gap. Highest level since November, but also ever. It's amazing. And that's it. So, okay. We've been live now for 1 hour, 7 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, the bell, sub. Thanks for being here. We were talking about 420 likes. We still do not have 420 likes. We have 379 likes. Chat, hello. 420. Why not? What's wrong with you? I'm gonna watch the stream and not hit the like button, dude. Well, get wrecked, man. Get destroyed. So, here's one of my favorites, but it's on the weekly. Okay. This is like it's got to be my favorite on the weekly. All right, here it is. This is Raven coin. It's perfect. It is literally specimen. I don't even know how it could get any better than this. Why? Because weekly candle closes, right? Back from March 2020. Look, spring back test, December 2020, and then all-time highs. Okay, we know that level. The significance of this level is undeniable. Swing low. October 2023, what happened when it was tested? Ran up stupid amounts. Tripled, quintupled, quadrupled, whatever. Tested, what did it do? When they tested it successfully after that sell-off, it rallied again to the top of the range, which was 3.6, 3.8 cents. Then they violated it. Oh my God, it's all over for Ravencoin. We're so freaking done, dude. March to June. And then what happened? June 2nd, bullish engulfing candle on the weekly. You rallied and then you pulled back, and then look what's happening. The level that was once support has been reconfirmed as support after being violated. Ooh, nice little rising 3 methods right there. Anyway, that's a spring back test. That is a technical event that if it is successful, the upside potential is 100+% from where it is right now. I mean, your target is no doubt 120% to 133% upside. Do you get what I'm saying? You get why it's so freaking nuts right here? It's perfect. Yeah, double up, non-levered. That's the stuff you want. Raven coin. We've had multiple successful trade setups at this level last year. Incredible. Putting in lower highs. Dude, don't worry about that. Do not worry about the lower highs. Worry about the most recent discernible event, which was sellers broke key support. They failed. Buyers recaptured it, and they have now reconfirmed its validity in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's all you need. And that is where you say, It is optimum risk management, easy, no brainer to set up a stop loss, and maximum upside potential if you never get stopped out. It's called range trading, and this is optimum. So make of that what you will. Hey, it doesn't look, dude. Someone said Raven is a hard pass for me. I am not here to dictate where you put your money. I am simply here to reinforce the right things for you to listen to as a swing trader analyst. That's all I'm here for. So if you're not going to take action on Raven coin, I don't blame you, dude. It's a scam coin. I don't give a crap. It's Raven coin, dude. But hey, if your favorite asset that has incredible fundamentals on a traditional market, like, hey, dude, look at my whatever, Google or any other stock you believe in that has incredible, price to earnings. If it looks like this, it's optimum. So this is like math, okay? I'm showing you an example of what you look for as a swing trader, position trader. This is what you want. This is the type of stuff. You want stuff like GameStop's incredible, by the way, on the weekly. It just is. Like, it's Adam. But the example is same type of stuff we saw back in 2020. Let me get you right here, okay? Same type. So what's 80 cents, 93 cents? There was a split, so it's all effed. But GameStop, 80 cents, 93 cents. Let's go back to 2004. There it is. There's your old all-time low from 2003. This is the way you utilize technical analysis, okay? To increase your probability for success. So the swing low from 2003, it is undeniable. It was painted. It was manufactured there many years ago. And then back in 2020, oh no, 2019, 2020. And then what happened? Buyers recaptured that key level. And then you had one effing day where buyers reconfirmed the validity of that 2003 swing low right there. It flipped to support that day. And I even have evidence that I identified that and pinged you on it if you're in the Patreon. It went up thousands of percent from that spring back test. It jumped across the creek as well. You had some time. But you want to talk about optimum risk to reward. So, like, yeah, you maybe had traditional targets and it went well beyond it. But I'm just saying, like, to find a bottom, this is the stuff you look for. Ravencoin's doing very similar stuff. So is it on the stock market, the crypto market, the commodities market, the Forex market? It doesn't matter. It's all universal. So again, you don't have to take action on Raven, but you will have the right values instilled in you, okay, for swing trading. That's it. So think of this like you're in a classroom, okay? This is an educational centric stream. That's all I'm trying to do, provide you value. So like Raven might be the fish, but it's also the fishing pole. And I try to explain why it's the fishing pole. Anyway, Ethereum chat. Just seen highs of year right now. 38. What's that? Oh, we got double Fibonacci's. We just saw highs of the year. There was. Just for a second. Well, Bitcoin's flat. Ethereum's only up 0.1%. Fine. But remember we looked at Ethereum to Bitcoin, trends reversing. And Bitcoin dominance is, multi-year uptrend. My God. So it'd be finally 84 years. Altcoins can do something. So I just keep paying attention to Ethereum. You think the target's 39.40, 39.50s. Remember this 4-hour little wave structure helps you see that. You see that? Perfect. 1272. And it could go to all the way to a 1618. If we're to 1618, we've broken all levels and we're probably going to 4400. If we're again, I think if you're breaking 39.40, it's a $4,400 target. Maybe 4K because psychological, but even this little wave structure here, max threshold 4,080. A bullish wave structure, and you gotta love the one test, second test of that undeniable inflection point, inflection zone from 2022. We going now? Not quite going now, but we did make highs of year briefly. Okay, we were Oh, we did it, chat. We got 420 likes.
Is that a joint?
Probably can't because of stockholders, right?
I mean, it's legal, right?
Totally legal. Thank you. Hi in the chat. 3880s. This is great for ERC 20 tokens.
Thanks for the endless value provided for free over the years, my guy. Heart emoji, take a peek at LTC. Thanks.
It's DB Trades, man. Thank you for the 20, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it right now. Yeah, dude. It's also doing a bullish backtest, not a spring. It's doing the same thing kind of Ethereum is, right? Here.
White slipper tip $24.24. UMA getting ready to move again looks
UMA.
like. Let's go back to some oldies. DRGN/USD/SC/US/ROM/USD/DGB/USD. All at key levels. Take her pick. Also, one up coin wasn't working. Double check that for yourself.
Nah, dude. It's broken, dude. It's literally broken. One up coin. If you tip me in crypto via one up coin, I still receive the contribution to crypto, but it won't show up anymore because it's an API issue between one up coin and Coinbase. I talked to a developer and he doesn't make money from it, and it would have cost him more money to fix it, and he's got other projects he cares about and he's working on, so he just doesn't care anymore. So it's like one up coin's kind of we're in 2025, but he couldn't monetize it, couldn't make any money, so he stopped. And now here we are without a third-party crypto stream elements OBS party. So really sucks, man. Just like API with Patreon. 2025, man. Everything gets worse with these third-party apps. It's insane. Anyway, so your Litecoin, Mr. DV Trades, thank you for watching for over all these years. So anything above 109, we're just waiting on 131. And XRP is just seeing fresh highs of the week, the new day. XRP, just remember, it cooled off because it went up 50% in 2 weeks. So if you were caring about if you were like worried about XRP, like where have you been, man? You must have literally not made any money in the past 2 weeks, or I guess 3 weeks now. And then this past week, you lost money and you don't care anymore or something. It's weird. So yeah, XRP, it's just a strong hold most likely. You're probably going to get the fib extensions. 388 would be your big 1272 on XRP. Anyway, so yeah, Litecoin, anything above 110, 105 is good for the 130s. Okay, they have broken a key level. They're now reconfirming its validity as support, and it seems like it's successful. So it's time to catch follow through. Let us mark up. It looks good on the daily too. See this? Yep. See, they broke the level. They back tested it successfully. So let us run now. And history shows you there are not many times where you don't recapture 110 and run to 131. Typically you do. So I think you're targeting for that on Litecoin. So Litecoin's upside from where it is right now, about 14% all the way up to 19 to 20%. That's your upside potential to the next level, okay? Anything above 105, 109 is good. Litecoin. That's for you, DB Trades. Thank you, dude. Bitcoin's now kind of up on the day. Ravencoin's up 1% on the new day. Let's freaking go, dude. Ethereum's up 0.2%, really close to that high point of the year. And new day, new week. I hope y'all are enjoying this, man. This is like, we are in some prosperous market conditions right now. Wow, Rust 2000 nearing its highs of the day. Futures, as well as the NASDAQ. Jeez, man. Super strong. I think we have overnight trading now. I think it's open, right? Yeah, like Google's up 0.66%. Give me some other numbers. What are these? What's Tesla up? I'm gonna look it up real quick and try to anyway.
No request, Mitch. Just appreciate what you do for the community. The TA and consistency is unparalleled. Keep it up.
Finding Nick. Thank you so much for the...
Is that a joint?
And thank you for the really kind words. Yeah, Tesla's up 1.53% after or overnight right now. So this EU trade deal, obviously really good for the big boys. I'm sure Nvidia like really has to be good because I think that's like a direct effect. Thank you again, Mr. Jack, dude. It's an honor. It's Nvidia 0.73% after or overnight. Sorry, I say after hours because it's like muscle memory. So, yeah, man, thanks to people like you that have given me a chance to speak the gospel of the technical analysis. Remember, everything I try to teach here isn't from me. It's from people that are way smarter than me. And a lot of them are not alive here. Like, they've been studying research for the past 100 years. So I'm just trying to take, you know, the field of technical analysis. I'm a conduit from those really smart people. And I'm trying to just teach you what they taught me, what I learned from them over the past going pretty much 16 years now of learning about this stuff. So it's my obligation for y'all. And so one day I'll be gone, and then it will be someone's responsibility to continue passing on what they, you know, what they taught me, what I'm teaching you, you would teach others one day. So so we have a Dogecoin alert just went off, recaptured some levels. Yeah, so hey man, you want a 22-cent check back, you got it. Right, the key level of all levels was formally back tested as support on the 25th for now. Of course, it could go lower, but it would just be another buying opportunity. Like if you got a 17.8 cents, you're back to the entry of the trade setup or a little above the entry of the trade setup. That would be an incredible opportunity. This is also an opportunity to add to a position. Remember, this is an insanely real level. It was support, or it was resistance. It was resistance. It's flipped to support. So you would think a test to 26.5 to 28 cents is on deck now if the market stays as is. Again, if we can't hold levels above the 22-cent threshold, then yeah, maybe 18 cents would be a good re-entry too. So. Okay, and then FTM for Chessman. Let's see. I don't see a KuCoin, so I guess I'll do Binance. Man, this one's not on many good exchanges. God, dude, you know, garbage. I don't even know which one to look at, for real. Poloniex? Oh, God. Illiquid, no. Crypto.com? Dude. Here's your phantom coin that is just, right? We talked about Sui. These ones that are like outperformers, man. They're going to take over the world. And then you got ones like this where it's like, hard to get excited about. I don't see any structure locally at support that makes sense. Yeah, you hit a level where reversals have happened before, but like, again, you just one time, no one knows. You would want this. You would want a second test, maybe a lower low. This, and then this. That's what I'd be looking for. For an optimum entry and stop loss and max upside, I would want another test here. I don't really care if it does or not, but you requested it. It does not meet the criteria right now for an awesome entry. Like, there's no evidence that a more pronounced rally is impending. That typically comes after one test and then a second test. And if it's a lower low, they violate the key level, then they recapture it, then they reconfirm it. That's the dream. That'd be a dream. You don't have it. Not right now. You just made a lower low, the lowest low you had seen since October 2023. God, man, just garbage. Complete trash. But yeah, dude, it's gonna pump 100%. Congrats. That's what we call the slot machine. If the FTM pump happens now, it was a slot machine. So we're just looking for good structures. And frankly, I just don't really, I mean, maybe a 113 shark. 3-day. Yeah, the closer you are to 19.5, 15 cents, the easier it is to enter. You're at 33 cents now without any form of confirmation, so it's okay at the bottom, but you want to have it at the bottom and have structures develop at key supports that would indicate accumulation signatures, that would indicate impending reversal of the upside off sports. So you don't really have that here. Even if it did go up next, can't be that surprised. This market's crazy. But yeah. 119,662 on Bitcoin. Remember, if you're just tuning in, Bitcoin on the weekly made history and confirmed a 3-bar play. Let's see if the 3-bar play ends up working out. If it does, then we're going to 130. That's if the 3-bar play actually is real. Go to 130 Bitcoin. Let's see. Let's look at that one. Emerald Digibyte coin. Wow, it's actually pretty interesting down here. I mean, it is at the basement, but it's a little better than what we just looked at, because it's like one low and now a second low. It's like, yeah, you have some evidence of accumulation. So it's like 1 and it's like 2. So the cool thing about it, you think about, oh crap, hold on. Yeah, so you think about it, it's like this low and this low, they're both higher than this low. It's kind of like we got ourselves a bat with a type 2. Yep. 88. We got ourselves a bat. God. And then here's your type 1 reaction, I guess, and your type 2 return. And it's all the basement. You know, we had the same thing, you know, the type 1, the type 2 at support. I mean, there's so much demand now, it seems like, on DGB that the sellers are unable to even go test that same support they've been testing since 2022. So I guess that's okay. That's a good thing. I don't know if I'm just like maybe trying to make sense of it. Like 3-day looks a lot better. Yeah, it would have been nice if we could have gotten down to the support again so we could actually enter optimally, and you didn't. So I can't be that surprised, right? A low, and then it's confirmation that there are more market participants involved with DGB than there was in November, than there was back here. Yeah, a lot of like stuff though, like a lot of resistance and chop. I mean, you're going to have to break that 1 cent level. Then you have to break 1.3, then 1.8. Yeah, you're in the basement. I mean, this is where sometimes bottoms come in. Big rallies. Sure. A lot of time. White Slipper, thank you, dude. And that was the last formal request of the stream. There's some more springback tests out there, I believe. Like, I think Neo did one. Neo, dude, look at this chat. I'm just telling you. Look where you are on this asset. Neo, take you back to 2018, 2019, okay? Then they bottomed it out there again in 2023. And it's just like they may take it to 6 or 550. But they're recapturing 673. I mean, this could very well be the bottom of all bottoms on Neo coin. They broke it to nearly all-time highs, and they just couldn't do anything with it, and the M-shape developed, and now they're rallying. So, yeah, it could be a lot better, but I'm just saying, you're in the basement of basements. The bottoms of bottoms. Like, where you come back, you're probably higher in the next few months than where you are now. Probably. Yeah, Flogcoin's just a patient man's thing. It's like, I mean, like, you either got the patience for it or you don't care. And it's just like, yeah, it's just sideways still. But the setup's never been invalidated. It still looks beautiful. Yeah, you just wait for it to double in price and hit target 1. And that's it. Flogcoin still looks gorgeous. Same with Trump coin. Trump coin still looks, I think, unless new data, Trump coin's incredible, chat. Like, Trump coin's doing the Kang thing. I mean, in fact, we have a new bullish development, like a new technical indicator occurring where it's this. The old swing low from March 11th has been recaptured and reconfirmed as support, and it's like confirmed. So, okay, on deck, if this is real, on deck is 1251. After that, 1588. So you're up subpotential on Trump coin. You got 20% all the way up to 54% upside. So make of that what you want. This is an active trade setup. It's incredible. The M-shape, it'll be an NFT. We'll somehow try to NFT this thing once it plays out and goes to $17, $21. So Ethereum is right there, man. Near highs a day, up 0.25%. XRP's up 1% on the new day. Altcoin 1.3%. We got others that are up. You know, they're up 1.5% on the new day. A lot of green already. I mean, out the gate, you know, things can change. Something's happening on KNC. KNC on the new day is up 14.6%. All started with an M shape, but yeah, they're trying to recapture this key level. Very liquid, but to break, I'm telling you, if they break 50 cents, it's back to 70 cents on KNC. Phenomenal. Like the one that was just garbage. It was making the lowest levels since 2020. Breaking supports, just rallied. Now, I'm telling you, let's just pay attention to the 50 cent level. It could be just KNC is up, dude, like 40% in a day, back to the 70 cent resistance where it reversed before. Very interesting. We got animal spirits going on, whack-a-mole in crypto on the new day, new week. Sheesh. All right, I've been live an hour and a half now, and we have history. Thanks for the 800 people still here. We got 15 likes till 500. Come on, we could definitely do that. What? Yeah, XRP after back testing. Look at that, man. That $3 psychological, but also real March 2nd high. Flip to support. Now they're going to attempt to rally here. It might be a lower high. They might test 340 as resistance and roll over. Man, that would be crappy data to receive, but just pivoting, cooling off, and starting to run again. I mean, off the low, XRP up 10% off the low in just less than 4 days. We'll say a little over 3 days, up 10%. So Dogecoin hit a support, bounced. XRP's hitting support zone and bouncing. But let's see what this attempted rally turns into. If it's going to be a higher high, or we're just going to make lower highs and not be able to recapture the peak of insanity. Oh man, I guess still just looking at U.S. futures that are just high, but no new highs since maybe the past 30 minutes. It did make a fresh all-time high about 30 minutes ago on the new day, I think, for crypto. But still phenomenal. We got a bunch of assets up overnight, you know. Tesla up over 1%, Google up a little over 0.5%, Nvidia up nearly 1%. And I'm sure it's the same way for a lot of different stocks, a lot of equities. Sui flying, yeah, I would believe it, man. Sui is its own thing. It's a strong performer. It's in the Bitcoin Cash and Maker category. So, yeah, Sui's up 2.2%. It broke out, remember? We did have a breakout confirmed, that peak from May. So your target now pretty much is 493 on SUI. Let's go, dude. Sol's up 1%. Solana up against that resistance again to break that. I think you got a 216 target, which will be target 3 of that trade setup. And the target 4 would be the old all-time high of 260, 259.90. So you're up against target 1 pretty much right now. Mana was another one that was like phenomenal. It's like, it's not about, hey man, are we going to take action on Mana? It's not about that. It's more about, hey, if you found any asset you liked out there, you look at it and you say, mother of God, like this is the bottom of all bottoms.
Can you look at coin?
Chess Dad, the answer is yes. Thank you, dude. We had all-time highs on coin recently. This is what's crazy on Mana. Decentraland, you know, not NFTs, but it was the other bubble in 2021. That is insane. So think about the psychology. A support was developed, manufactured December 2022, and then, you know, people were regarding it in 2023, and then more regard in 2024. Then it was violated. It was destroyed. It was an all-time low. We're screwed, dude. Then they recaptured it. Oh no, we were screwed again. Not once, but twice. And the second low, there's a higher low. On the weekly, it's discernible. Then they recaptured it once more. And now you've been trading above it for the greater part of 2.5 weeks. And the closer you are to that level is the optimum risk management level. So the upside potential, you know, these are, you know, they're all swing lows, but you can clearly see, like, if you just disregard, we know it's a resistance, 37 cents, but I'm saying, like, if you care about, like, most of the time what has happened in this range, the bottom and then the top, you can see straight up and down and up and down and up and down. So if this is probably, of all of it, the best situation you've been in of these, because it's so clear you put in one bottom and a second bottom, so more than before, and now look where we are. So you're in the space-time continuum right now, where if you came back in like 3 months, man is trading at 77 cents, and you're saying, should I buy now? It's like, no, look, we're here right now as I'm speaking to you. Hello? Right now, you're here at the lowest risk, highest reward opportunity zone. Minimal losses if it fails, and insane upside if it succeeds. How much upside? From where it is right now, 124 to 130% upside. My range. All you can do is be notified, like BNB. All I can do is like sit here and curse you out and scream at you about it. Okay. Now in the chat. Still waiting on something to happen on the new day, new week. I mean, KNC's the only one doing something crazy. But yeah, so I think I'm going to get some dinner now. Well, except...
SHIB?
Yeah, we got to look at Shiba first. We got to look or just coin, not KuCoin. Coin first. Coinbase. Global Incorporated. We saw an all-time high last week, and then we hit a big bearish engulfing candle this week up against the old all-time high. Right, so that's our zone. So no breakout at all. Rejected. It's not visible on the week. The daily candle closed April 2021. That's why it's the zone. So rejected so far. But if Bitcoin and crypto do something positive, this is probably going to break out. And how would we target for the breakout? You don't want to know, because it's insane. Like, it is literally insane. From the all-time high, the IPO, to the lowest low. That's how we're targeting. The 1272 fib extensions, 537. 1414, 593, 1618 gold mean ratio, 675. These are your extension targets if somehow the unthinkable happens, where after this godlike run since April or March, if they break out and there's still more upside, this is how you would target for price discovery. That's how you always do it, okay? So that's all I can tell you about coin. Had a bad week last week. You know, it was down 6.7%, but that's what happens, right? People that were in this took some profit, and that's okay. It doesn't mean it's over for Coinbase at all. In fact, they could take this thing back to 348, 350, and it'd still be nice. Or even just 369, and it'd be good. Swing high from November gets back tested. So that's it. That's Coinbase. Amazing. Remember, the time to give a crap about Coinbase was down here. We were here. We were literally here. The most specimen 3 rising values you could dreamed of. A spring back test documented, literally pinged on it. You were told, hello, they've recaptured and reconfirming the level of support.
man.
And it was the bottom. Just that. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. Another 20, man. This was the time to really care. Up here, man, whatever. Composite Man's made a lot of money, and we could break out and continue higher if crypto wants to do it, but on the 4-hour, Bitcoin hasn't even made a higher high yet. All right, still just another deep 886 retrace from this high to low, and no higher yet. NASDAQ so strong, man. Wow, and Russ 2000 futures also very strong. Small caps. Okay, Shiba. Yeah, my major double bottom, sure. Been underperforming the living crap out of Doge, like by a lot. But yes, if you look at the weekly, it is kind of ridiculous. I mean, if you look at this weekly here, you can look at it a couple ways. You like the M shape completes, and it's a type 2 return. X, A, B, C, and this is the D point, okay? And the type 1 and type 2. Or you could just look at it like, wow, oh my God, it's like a colossal sized major double bottom. And on the second bottom, the confirmation low, you have a form of confirmation, which is what you always want. Right? One time, second time. But then we can discernibly see on the second failed attempt from sellers to push it lower, there's a form of confirmation that the sellers have failed. 1 and then 2 at support. So this is insane. Like, it really is. I didn't like it that much below a certain level on the daily. It didn't really reverse anywhere too crazy. I thought, it'd be a deeper retrace, but like this, if you stay above 1,082, it is like you got to break each one, 1,700, 2,100, but yeah, you could be looking at 27, 2,800 if we go on a crazy run. Yeah. It's like double bottom with a form of confirmation on the second low. It's very strong. So it's like probability is, I think you have a higher probability of up in the coming 3 to 6 months than you do way lower at this point because of this data. It looks freaking nuts on the weekly. Okay. It would look like if it was Google and Google looked like this, it would be nuts. So Shiba, yes, very, very large bottoming structure that's been in development for an entire year. Anyway, hi in the chat. Thanks again, Infinite Paradox, for the 20. But yes, spring back test season going on. And we've been live now an hour and 45 minutes. Thanks for the 525 likes. Thanks for the 700 plus people still here. If you don't know, if you're new, coming in, we made history on Bitcoin. Highest weekly candle close ever. Highest daily and highest weekly candle close ever on BNB. Ethereum, highest daily and weekly candle close and 4-hour candle close of 2025. So year-to-date highs on Ethereum. That's some pretty nice stuff. And of course, the trade deal and equities, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ futures, and the Dow Jones futures, they have all three made fresh all-time highs. So a lot of stuff happening. So this is a very historic stream. So if you're here for it, very grateful. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get some dinner now. We've covered a lot. I mean, we can look at one more thing before I go gold, and then I'll get out of here. Gold, they couldn't do it, man. They couldn't do it, could they? Nah, they tried to break it. This is a major pattern that could resolve downward too. But they're still within. This is a big battle going on between buyers and sellers. There's a sell wall with some accumulation, but if it resolves downward, you're looking at like 3,100. So risk on, ripping, and gold. Ugh. And we've discussed this. Due to the nature of the run that has already occurred, the chances of gold outperforming risk on is low. Okay, even if it ran up to 3,600, whatever, soon, it's still going to underperform Google. Still going to underperform a lot of these stocks. Okay, just is, because this run is insane. You missed it. You're probably better off. You got more upside in other assets. Anyway, Bitcoin could be bull flagging on the daily. All right, thanks for coming out. Thanks for likes, love, support. Join the Discord if you haven't. The link is pinned in the chat. So I'll just be back. Till next time. Respect. T.A.
Thanks, man.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.